Good afternoon, everybody. I came out to 3 Points, Arizona this morning to do a little stuff, and this is a video of my trip back to the east, driving back to Tucson. It was pretty uneventful this morning. I let the FSD take care of all the driving, and I'm doing it again this afternoon, but there's a lot more little interesting things that went on that I'd like to share with everybody. So I hope you find these little things interesting with my Model X and FSD 12.4.3. Pulled out, having lunch out here, and immediately got behind this big truck, which was going pretty slow. And so the Tesla just rolled in behind it, and we're going about 55 miles an hour out here on Highway 86, also known as Ajo Road. So we're just going to follow it for a few minutes, and I'm going to skip ahead here. There we go. So the first interesting thing came up. I'm about, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes into the drive, and we're going to Mission Road, where the plan is to turn left out of a left turn lane and head on home. So the car, we're about a mile away right now, and the car is showing that the intersection that we're going to is pretty congested. So I would expect that the Tesla would pull in behind the traffic, and we'd eventually get into the left turn lane and make our left turn. So let's see what happens. We approach, you can see there's the congested traffic, and I couldn't believe it. The Tesla jumps into the wrong left turn lane. Guess it didn't want to wait its turn here. It should have been over on the lane on the right, and you can see the correct left turn lane up there, and it totally blew it. So now I can't get in the right lane, and as you'll see here in a moment, when the traffic clears and we turn, I've taken over the car because the left turn would go right into that dead end, so can't go there. So I made a U-turn. I was planning to maybe make another left turn back into the traffic, but everything was coming at me. So I just jumped back into the right lane. By now the car had rerouted back to the other street light up ahead. And what we'll just do is turn right there and rejoin our route from another direction. We should have turned here on this street in the first place, but for some reason the car likes to go down to Mission Road. This road up here is called La Cholla, and it goes north for a while, and it'll rejoin our route up ahead. But it has no trouble making this turn, but it totally buffooned that left turn by jumping in the wrong left turn lane. Okay, this next little incident, again, now we're well down the road on 22nd Street headed east, and we're doing well going down the street, 30 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour, and not a lot of traffic here. But it turns out that the Tesla is very sensitive to pedestrians and people on the road. You see that guy comes up there and the car stops for him. He doesn't even step onto the street. There's no traffic. Then we start to go forward, but oops, I like those red shoes. Then he has to wait for cars that are blowing by me, and then we can keep going. So the car was really being nice to the pedestrian there, let him go. But the other cars weren't quite so friendly. Let's see what we're coming up on next. So the drive is pretty uneventful here for a few minutes, and now we're coming up on a left turn out of a left turn lane again on a street called Kolb Road. And what we're going to do is we're going to get over here into the left lane here in a minute. We're going to sneak in behind this truck, which I thought was really close to move in there, and that's not the right left turn lane. So we kept going straight, and you can see the correct left turn lane is up ahead, but the traffic isn't quite so congested here, so we don't have any trouble getting into the left turn lane. We get into the right side of the left turn lane, and what I would expect the car to do is, you can see the little dashed lines that curve to the left, just follow those left turns and turn into the middle lane. But what it does is it follows all the traffic all the way to the right and then goes, I don't really want to be here, and he scoots back to the left and speeds up, and we pass everybody. I think, though, that the car should just have turned straight into this lane. It would have been a lot smoother to have done that. So for a little while now, the driving is pretty simple. No big issues there. This next one, now we're here at a main intersection over here on the northeast part of the city. And what I wanted to point out was we're going to have a bicycle rider pull up here on the right. And I want to again show you how the 1243 really treats these non-cars so well. First thing I should point out, it's 104 degrees outside, and our well-dressed bicycle riders wearing heavily threaded white cotton long sleeve t-shirt and a straw hat, which is the perfect outfit for driving around in the hot, bright sun and 104 degree temperature. So when you come out here to the desert, this is how you want to be if you're a bicycle rider in the middle of the afternoon. It's about 3:30 and it's so hot outside. So in a minute here, we're going to see the light's going to turn green once all the left turn traffic is out of the way. And what we're going to do is the car is going to be really careful not to run the guy on the bike over. Okay, let's see what happens. Any second now. And there's more left turns. More left turns. Okay, turns green. The car lets the guy on the bike go. We're just going to pull up just to the side to be sure we can get past him. He was really close. Then once we're sure we're clear, you can see the car speeds up and we move on up the street. So the car was very cautious around the bicycle rider, just as it completely stopped for that pedestrian in the middle of the street who was waiting there. Normally, you cross at an intersection that's marked with a crosswalk. We have special lights in this town for pedestrians, and he wasn't at any of those, and that's why cars keep going. And I just wanted to show you here on another right turn. It's an unprotected right turn, but we have our own turning lane, and the car does a really good job of coming up here and slowing down and making the turn. But what it does is it comes into, there's two lanes, but that right lane disappears and it's marked with arrows. And normally the cars just go right away into the left lane. Oh, it just went too fast there. Okay, so I speeded it up a little bit. We're just going to run up the street here to get up to the next piece. This is the mountain road up to Sabino Canyon. Climbs all the way. There we go. And we're coming up to another right turn. We'll turn off to the gated community up there on the right. Okay, we're coming up on this right turn here at the light. It just turned green. Car slows down nicely and executes the turn very well. And we have these speed tables again coming up here in a sec. There's the first one coming up with the chevrons. It slows down and goes nice and easy over that. There, you see that one, and then there's one more that comes up. And it goes over this one. It always goes over this one just a hair faster. And you see the bump a little harder there. Then we're coming up on a left turn into the neighborhood. And this is, you see it goes up a hill and the cars you see at the last minute. So this time, okay, we're sure maybe there's no cars. It goes ahead and makes the turn and turns into the neighborhood. And after this, it's no problem getting to the house and calling it a day. That was an hour drive, still 104 degrees outside, and see you later.